Hello, everyone. It's Whitney, your bariatric lifestyle coach and dietitian, also the creator of Level Up Bariatrics. What we are doing today, you are attending the workshop for protein planning. You're going to learn how to plan your protein like a pro. And there's lots of important reasons why you need to do this, and we will go over that. But what you're looking at right now is the Weight Loss Surgery Survival Guide. I created this as a means of, just really guiding our patients and clients into how to truly live that bariatric lifestyle. So you're going to get everything from nutrition, mindset, exercise, tools, worksheets, templates, that kind of stuff in here. Lots of good nutrition education that you need to learn the fundamentals. I mean, you've literally have it everything in here. If you're post-op, you've got your diet phases in here, how to level up your morning routine, your nighttime routine, daily planners, checklists, you name it, guys, it's in here. However, I'm pointing this out because most of our workshops, master classes, anything that we really do within the program, and if you work one-on-one with us, you will be using this guide. So I kind of wanted to introduce this before we hop into the actual protein part of it. I wanted to review the importance of protein. I am a huge believer of if you know why behind something, the reason why you're doing it, it really makes it that much more important to do it. So if you learn the importance why protein? Why do I need so much? Why do I need to care if I'm meeting my protein needs? Then that puts a little bit more of an importance of actually getting it done. So we're going to take a look at one of these pages here. This is going over macronutrients. So we're not going to go over carbs or fats or anything. I just wanted to go through this portion of the page, and then I'll show you a couple more things that are in the guide just as a sneak peek in case you want to grab one. So protein, it does play an important role in the creation, maintenance, and repair of every cell in the body. That sounds pretty darn important. So we really do want to make sure that we have protein in our diet, the right types of proteins to support our weight loss and weight maintenance in the future, and just more importantly, your overall health. So that's the big picture we're aiming for, not just weight loss, just optimal health for you. So protein is essential for healing. So after your surgery, it's essential for building, repairing, and maintaining lean muscle, which you will hear about in our program. If you haven't heard it already, or if you're not a part of our program, lean muscle is so important for weight loss. Excuse me. And we need to feed our bodies in order to optimize lean muscle growth. So it also supports a healthy metabolism. Protein does. It helps with fat loss, supports the immune system, supports the hair growth of hair, skin, and nails, and big one, controls hunger levels. So we want to really get both animal-based proteins and plant-based proteins into the diet so that you can get a variety of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. And you can see some good sources down below. You've got lean meats like chicken, fish, turkey, and lean beef cuts. You've got seafood, legumes such as edamame, lentils, pinto beans, chickpeas. You've got low-fat dairy products and dairy alternatives, eggs, and then nuts and seeds and nut and seed butters. Those are very general examples. Now, that's just the first step. I know, beyond that, when you're actually in the store all alone shopping, you're like, what about this? This got this added. This isn't the most whole food form. So what I'm talking about here is the most whole food form. Of course, you're going to find roasted versions, fried versions drenched in sauce, like you name it. What the point is here, get the most whole food version possible, the least processed, the way God made it. Try to get it as close to that version as possible, just minimal ingredients. So that's what I wanted to go over on that page. And then the next, you're going to get more of an explanation of protein, what complete versus incomplete protein is, which is very helpful to know, especially if you are really aiming for muscle growth. We want complete sources of protein. And then you're going to have really helpful charts and lists or reference lists so that helps you plan your protein intake. So your first page is going to be the animal-based proteins. We'll reference back to this in a minute. Animal-based proteins, you've got dairy products and milk alternatives, plant-based proteins, more plant-based proteins. So these are incredible lists to have when you are using your guide. And then we go in a little bit about protein supplements, when to use them, how to use them, what to look for on labels to choose the best one. And looky here, we're to our protein planner now. So without further ado, let's hop into this. So you're going to use this page and the following page to begin practicing planning your protein. This habit will ensure that you're meeting your daily requirements after surgery, which is oh so important. So number one, we got 4 steps here, and I'm not going to go through the details too much in the beginning. I can elaborate in a minute. But step one, you're going to choose the amount of protein you're aiming for daily. This one, for just the sake of an example, we're going to say aim for at least 60 grams per day because we know that to be the minimum. Just know that you as an individual, you're probably going to require more. It just really depends on your age, sex, weight, activity level, those things. So get with someone who really knows what they're talking about, like a bariatric dietitian, such as myself. You can always reach out to me if you want to work together with me, get one session, kind of go over what you need. Or or just fly by the seat of your pants. I don't know. Trial and error. That's honest at the end of the day. Trial and error. That's what it really comes down to. There's not an exact science. You got to play around with it. Step 2, divide that protein goal that you just decided on into the amount of meals per day that you're going to have. Generally, for a bariatric patient, you're going to be somewhere around 5 or 6 meals per day. To some of you, that might seem like a lot, but you have to remember the size of your stomach. You have to give more opportunities to your stomach for nutrition because of the restriction. So this would give you your amount to aim for per meal. Number 3, you're going to choose your protein sources or choices. So each meal should include a protein-rich food or drink choice. You want to aim for at least that bare minimum that you're getting from your number being divided by the amount of meals. So for this example, we use 60 grams per day. We used 5 meals per day. You're going to see this in the next page too. And then, so that leaves us with 12 grams of protein minimum that we need to aim for each meal block. So if you're choosing something that has a label like a protein bar plus apple slices, then you need to make sure that protein bar has got 12 grams of protein or more. So keep in mind also that you can split one larger meal into 2 blocks for easier meal planning and fewer options. I'm going to flip to the next page so you know what I'm talking about. So see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows to fill in. You don't have to fill in all 5 of those rows, but you're going to assume that you are going to eat 5 times. Okay. So if it helps you to write in something else, like let's take that 3 ounces of salmon, for instance. If you're early on in your stages, you're not going to be, not stages, but if you're early on in your post-op journey, then you're likely not going to eat 3 ounces of salmon all at one time. Plus, hopefully you're building a balanced meal and not all you're eating is salmon, but, add the healthy carbohydrates or even fats that you have in that meal. And I promise you're not going to finish all that. So you could essentially say maybe 1.5 ounces of salmon, 11 grams. So if it helps you to split that, you just know that you're not going to eat that. If it helps you to see that so you stay on track, then put it down at the bottom too. Just split it up. Or the way I look at it is just give yourself the amount of options that would equate to your amount of protein at the end of the day. Just make sure you eat all those options. Okay. So you're not always going to be strict 5 or 6 meals per day. Some days you're going to feel more restriction than other days. Just know whatever you have in your planner here, just make sure it's eaten by the end of the day, all of what you've planned. So you could give yourself all darn day if you want to. You could eat 10 different times a day and still not and give yourself more time to finish that. I'm going to go back one page. So we've done step 1, we've done step 2, we've done step 3, choose your protein choices. And while we're talking about step 3, you want to choose your protein choices. So each meal should include blah, 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 aim for at least 12 grams. So this is a good time to reference back to your lists. Okay. So step 3, when you're choosing your protein choices, we're going to go back to the animal based first. So let's say you're a chicken lover. You eat chicken all the time. You tolerate it well. So let's look at chicken, very top there. 3 ounces of chicken gives you 28 grams of protein. Well, in order to know what 3 ounces of chicken looks like, you need to weigh it. So after you cook the chicken, whether it's rotisserie or pre-cooked chicken breast, or you've cooked it on your own. So after cooking, you want to weigh on the food scale 3 ounces of chicken. You know for sure you're going to get about 28 grams of protein and around 140 calories for that chicken. So you can essentially just go through these lists, check off the things that you already eat, you're comfortable with, You know how to cook with it or how to meal prep with it, whatever, nothing uncomfortable or new. And so go through this list, go through your plant-based list, go through your dairy list. Those can start to be your staple items that you have to work with. Okay. So these lists really serve as a easy way to kind of meal prep. So you're not like thinking into the, abyss in your mind, like what's a protein? So each meal, we did that. So step 4 now. Plan to have these options ready for the day. So writing it down is one part. After you have gotten it out of your head and into a plan, now it's time to get tactical. You want to start using those hands and meal prep. Any meal prep necessary, you need to do it the day before, the morning of, you know your schedule, you know your time. So we just need to make sure that you have planned time to implement your plan, if that makes any sense. So, if you consumed everything you've planned, you've met your goal for the day. So, I wanted to put a side note here down at the bottom before I move back to the next page. Protein's only one of 3 macronutrients. Okay. So, in the grand scheme of things, you want to be making sure that you're having enough calories to support your weight loss. So, protein's only one of them. So, protein gives 4 calories per gram. Okay, so you could actually be sky high in protein and still barely meet your calorie needs. So I really just want to drive the point home here that protein's only one of them. To have balance in your diet and your meals and to stay satisfied in between meals, you really do want to have some good quality carbohydrates and healthy fats also. So the purpose of this guide is to ensure that you're meeting your protein needs. Okay. We're just talking about protein first and foremost, which are a priority over carbs and fats. When adding in carbs, you want to aim for high fiber choices, which you've got lists to follow in here as well. And when adding fats, you want to aim for healthy plant based sources. Additionally, this guide is not intended to advise how much protein you actually need. Just like I was saying, it's very individualized and determined by other factors. Um, as long as you're getting adequate protein daily, this is your goal. Everyone's meal patterns and choices can look quite different than others. So please don't compare yourself to other people. You're going to have your own way to do things. Okay. So let's take a look at this protein planner here. So you've got your goal of 60 grams per day. We divided that by 5 different options. Remember, it could be 4 options, it could be 6 options, just as long as you eat everything that you plan by the end of the day. It doesn't really matter. 60 grams per day divided by 5, that's 12. 12 grams of protein that you're going to aim for in each meal or snack. I don't like calling these meals or snacks. I just like calling them meal blocks. Like a meal is a meal. I mean, a meal doesn't have to be huge after surgery. We can call it what we want it. And then next would be prepping. What are those protein items you'll need to plan to eat or drink throughout the day? What needs to be prepared in advance? So your day can look like this. It's so simple, guys. So look here. I've got a protein soylent shake or soylent protein shake or premier protein shake, whatever you want to use here. 30 grams right there. Boom. As long as you finish that by the end of the day, you can count that 30 grams. Number 2, edamame, half a cup. That gives you 9 grams of complete protein. As long as you finish it all by the end of the day, you can count that 9. Same thing for the salmon. Same thing for the Greek yogurt. That'll put you at 76 grams of protein for the day. Look at that. That is so simple, guys. Just reference lists and looking at your label. That's all it takes. When you're ready to move past the protein itself, you can immediately start planning your carbs and your fats in here too. That's absolutely fine. But you don't have to be super obsessive about it. Just add in some kind of a healthy high fiber carb with each one of these meals and you'll be fine. A lot of these things are going to naturally have healthy fats, like your edamame, that soylent protein shake. I know that has healthy fats. Your salmon has healthy fats. Your Greek yogurt, it's going to be low in fat. So, anywho, what I'm trying to say is you're going to naturally have balance if you just aim for, your healthier versions of proteins, carbs, and fats. But I hope this really helped, guys. Your protein planner here. This guide is a really great asset to your journey. So I encourage each and every one of you to buy one of these. I will have a link to buy this as well. It's only 35 bucks, but it's well worth it. I'm telling you, you've got other things like this that are helpful in there as well. But I hope this helps, guys. Tell me how it works out. Give me any kind of feedback if you feel like you're missing anything. If you'd like to meet one-on-one, just reach out anytime and we'll go over your protein goals and work on meal planning with you as well. I really thank you for joining today. Thank you to everybody in the Level Up crew for sticking in there and just really rocking it. You guys are awesome. So good luck with this. I know you're going to enjoy it, and be sure to attend the next one. All right, guys, have a great day.